a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Gonzalo Higuaín. Gonzalo Gerardo Higuaín is an Argentine professional footballer who plays as a striker for Italian club Juventus and the Argentina national team. Nicknamed El Pipita or Pipa, as was his father, Jorge, who was also a footballer, Gonzalo Higuaín was born in France, attaining Argentine citizenship in 2007, and now holds dual nationality. He started his career with Argentine club River Plate, before a transfer to Real Madrid in January 2007 for €12 million. His time in Spain saw him win honours including 3 La Liga titles, and score 107 goals in 190 league appearances. He joined Italian side Napoli for €40 million in the summer of 2013, where he won the Coppa Italia during his first season. In the 2015-16 season, he scored 36 league goals, winning the Capocannoniere title and equaling Gino Rossetti's 87-year-old record for goals in an Italian top-flight season. As a result of his goal-scoring exploits in Naples, Italian champions Juventus signed him for €90 million in 2016, making him the most expensive South American footballer of all time. His transfer fee was the highest ever paid by an Italian team and also the highest of a player transferring within any domestic league. Higuaín has been a full international for Argentina since 2009. He has represented the country at 2 FIFA World Cups and 3 Copa América tournaments, helping them to second-place finishes at the 2014 World Cup, the 2015 Copa América, and the Copa América Centenario in 2016. Early life. Higuaín was born on 10 December 1987 in Brest, France, the son of the Argentine footballer Jorge Higuaín, who was then playing for Stade Brestois 29. He left France at the age of 10 months and does not speak French, but retains French citizenship in addition to his Argentine nationality, which he successfully applied for in January 2007. Higuaín has 2 elder brothers, Nicolas and Federico, the latter of whom plays for Major League Soccer club Columbus Crew as a deep-lying forward, and 1 younger brother, Lautaro. River Plate. Higuaín started playing in the youth teams and made his debut with River Plate in a 2-1 defeat against Gimnasia y Esgrima on 29 May 2005. On 12 February 2006, he scored his first league goal in a 3-1 victory over Banfield. Higuaín entered the 2005-06 season with 5 goals in 12 appearances. Following his brace in the Superclásico derby against Boca Juniors on 8 October 2006, River Plate manager Daniel Passarella declared that Higuaín had an enormous future and was destined for superstardom. By the end of that season, he scored 10 goals in 17 league matches. 2006-07 season. In December 2006, Spanish club Real Madrid signed Higuaín for €12 million from River Plate. His debut came on 11 January 2007 against Real Betis in the second round of the Copa del Rey in Seville. His first league game came 3 days later, on 14 January 2007, against Real Zaragoza at home. Higuaín was involved in the creation of numerous scoring chances and in the assistance for the only goal, which earned Madrid the victory. His first goal with Real came on 24 February when the team faced Atletico Madrid in the Madrid derby, the equalizer, at the Vicente Calderón Stadium. During his first season at the Bernabeu, however, Higuaín raised some doubts over his performance due to overall his lack of goals. 2007-08 season. During the 2007-08 season, Higuaín played inconsistently, although he finished strongly. At the end of the season, he first scored a last-minute goal to earn his team a victory in a 2-1 comeback against Osasuna, which allowed Real Madrid to be mathematically crowned Liga champions for the 2nd consecutive year. 4 days later, he scored the 3rd goal of a 4-1 thrashing of Barcelona in El Clásico. The goal was scored just 57 seconds after he came off the bench. 2008-09 season. In the 2008-09 season, Higuaín was offered the chance to be a starter due to a serious injury suffered by Dutch striker Ruud van Nistelrooy. In August 2008, Higuaín scored the winner in Madrid's victory over Valencia in the Supercopa de España. Shortly afterwards, he scored all 4 goals in a 4-3 win against Malaga. Because of this, he started to gain international recognition and became one of the leading goal scorers of La Liga, alongside his Barcelona counterpart Samuel Eto'o. On the 21st of April 2009, Higuaín played very well in the match against Getafe and scored the decisive goal in the last minute, giving Real Madrid a 3-2 victory which enabled the team to keep close to Pep Guardiola's Barcelona in the league table. Throughout the season, Higuaín was regarded as one of the most promising talents in world football in the wake of spectacular games and last-minute goals. He ended the season with 22 league goals and 24 in all competitions, around as many as established football stars including Diego Forlán, David Villa and Thierry Henry. 2009-10 season. The 2009-10 season saw Higuaín become Real's top goal scorer with 27 league goals, 29 in total, being, at the same time, the La Liga's second top goal scorer, behind only Lionel Messi and surpassing Swedish international Zlatan Ibrahimovic, as well as his Madrid teammate Cristiano Ronaldo. This season included him scoring his first 2 goals in the UEFA Champions League and his second hat-trick for the club. 2010-11 season. In June 2010, Real Madrid extended Higuaín's contract until 2016. On the 23rd of October 2010, he scored Real Madrid's 5,200th league goal, coming against Racing de Santander in a 6-1 thrashing by Los Blancos. On the 4th of November of the same year, Higuaín scored the club's 700th goal in the Champions League. During the first weeks of December 2010, Higuaín was diagnosed with a herniated lumbar disc, and Real's medical staff suggested that he should have it operated. On the 5th of January 2011, Real Madrid announced he would finally undergo surgery at the Department of Neurological Surgery of Chicago's Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine under the command of Dr. Richard G. Fessler, MD. The surgery took place on the 11th of January, and Higuaín was discharged from the hospital the next day following a successful operation. He was expected to spend at least 4 months away from the field in the recovery process, 2 months spent to recover from the surgery, and another 2 to train with the team, although he was able to make an early comeback. On the 23rd of April 2011, Higuaín scored a hat-trick against Valencia in a 6-3 away win at the Mestalla Stadium, giving him 8 goals in 8 matches against Valencia. Higuaín also assisted 2 other goals for Karim Benzema and Kaká in that same match. 2011-12 season. On the 2nd of October, Higuaín scored his first hat-trick of the season against Espanyol in a 4-0 away win, following it 13 days later with another in a 4-1 win against Betis. Higuaín scored to put Madrid up 3-1 in a 4-1 win against local rivals Atletico Madrid in the Madrid derby on the 26th of November. On the 31st of March 2012, he scored his 100th Real Madrid goal in a match against Osasuna, also adding a second goal to make it Real's 100th goal for the 2011-12 La Liga season. In the league-winning season, he scored 22 goals, more than his teammate Karim Benzema, and proved to be a vital player for his team. 2012-13 season. On the 29th of August 2012, Higuaín scored the opener in an eventual 2-1 win against Barcelona in the second leg of the 2012 Supercopa de España, which secured Real Madrid its first title of the season. In Real's away match to Mallorca on the 28th of October 2012, Higuaín scored twice and provided 2 assists in a 5-0 victory. On the 23rd of February 2013, he scored his 100th La Liga goal as he scored an 88th-minute winner to secure a 2-1 defeat of Deportivo de La Coruña. Napoli. Due to Higuaín's availability, clubs like Arsenal and Napoli were keen to sign him. Higuaín was at the centre of much transfer speculation, with many newspapers linking him to a move to Arsenal before Naples president Aurelio De Laurentiis said that Higuaín along with Liverpool goalkeeper Pepe Reina, had passed their medicals and that the Argentine had signed a 5-year deal with the Italian club, with Higuaín joining for €40 million. On the 27th of July, Napoli confirmed the signing of Higuaín, with the Argentine being assigned the number 9 shirt. 2013-14 season. On the 10th of August 2013, Higuaín played his first match as a starter in a pre-season friendly against Benfica, scoring his first goal for the club in a 2-1 win. On the 25th of August, he made his Serie A debut in a 3-0 defeat of Bologna on the opening day of the 2013-14 season. A week later, he opened his goal-scoring account in a 4-2 win away at Chievo. He followed this up with goals in Napoli's next 2 fixtures, wins over Atalanta at home and Milan at the San Siro. On the 18th of September, Higuaín scored in Napoli's opening Champions League fixture, a 2-1 victory over Borussia Dortmund at the Stadio San Paolo. He went on to score in home wins over Marseille and Arsenal, but Napoli failed to qualify from the group stage despite winning 4 of their 6 matches. On the 12th of February 2014, Higuaín scored 2 goals in Napoli's 3-0 defeat of Roma in the semi-final of the Coppa Italia, taking the team to the final with a 5-3 aggregate victory. On the 13th of April, he scored his first hat-trick for the club in a 4-2 win over Lazio. 2014-15 season. On the 26th of October 2014, Higuaín scored his first 3 league goals of the season in a 6-2 home win over Hellas Verona in the 2014 Supercoppa Italiana against Juventus in Doha, Qatar. On the 22nd of December, Higuaín equalized twice, forcing extra time and then a penalty shootout, in which he was one of the scorers in a Napoli victory. Higuaín scored a hat-trick, including a penalty, on the 12th of March as Napoli came from behind to defeat Dynamo Moscow 3-1 in the first leg of the last 16 of the UEFA Europa League. In the final game of the league season and also the last under Napoli manager Rafael Benitez, Higuaín scored twice, but also missed a penalty, as Napoli lost 4-2 to Lazio, who took the last Champions League place at their expense. 2015-16 season. On the 8th of November, Higuaín recorded the 200th goal of his club career, the game's only in a victory over Udinese for his 9th of the league season, and 7th consecutive home game with the goal. 3 weeks later, he scored both goals, including one after 64 seconds in a 2-1 win over Inter, which put Napoli in first place in the league for the first time in 25 years. Higuaín scored twice in Napoli's 3-1 win over Sassuolo on the 16th of January 2016 to extend the team's lead to 4 points. His second goal of the game was his 20th of the campaign. He scored his 30th goal of the Serie A season in a 3-1 away defeat to Udinese on the 3rd of April, although he was sent off later during the match. In the following days, the Serie A issued a 4-match ban against Higuaín. A 1-game ban for his 2 yellow cards, 1 for protesting against the match officials, 1 for misconduct against an opponent, and 1 for appearing to push referee Massimiliano Irati, as well as a €20,000 fine. On the 15th of April, following an appeal on his ban, it was reduced to 3 matches. On the 14th of May, Higuaín scored a hat-trick in a 4-0 home win over Frosinone and the final match of the season to win the Capocannoniere with 36 total goals, equaling Gino Rossetti's record set in 1928-29. No other player in the league surpassed 20 goals for the season, with the league's second top scorer being Paulo Dybala with 19. 2016-17 season. After a month of transfer speculation, on the 26th of July 2016, Higuaín transferred to rivals Juventus for a fee of €90 million paid in 2 installments, becoming one of the highest football transfers of all time and highest ever transfer for an Italian club. 3 days after his move, Higuaín stated that his reason for moving to Juventus was because of his relationship with Naples chairman Aurelio De 20th of August. Higuaín scored the winning goal on his Juventus debut in their opening match against Fiorentina of a 2-1 home win. On the 10th of September, he scored a brace in a 3-1 home win over Sassuolo. On the 29th of October, he scored the winning goal against his former team, Napoli, but did not celebrate his goal in a 2-1 home win. On the 5th of April 2017, Higuaín scored twice against Napoli in the 2016-17 Coppa Italia second semi-final leg to put Juventus through to the final 5-4 on aggregate, in spite of a 3-2 away loss. The following week, he became the first player to score more than 20 goals in his debut season for Juventus, since John Charles and Omar Severi had managed the same feat during the 1957-58 Serie A season, when he scored a brace against Chievo. On the 15th of April, Higuaín scored both goals in a 2-0 away win against Pescara, which included his 200th league goal in Europe. On the 3rd of June, Higuaín started in the Champions League final, but Juventus were defeated 4-1 by defending champions Real Madrid. He set up Mario Mandzukic's temporary equalizer in the first half. International career. Higuaín is one of only 3 foreign-born players to have played for Argentina in a FIFA World Cup, along with Pedro Arico Suarez and Constantino Urbaita Sosa. He initially rejected calls from both the Argentina and France national teams, claiming at the time he was undecided for which country he would prefer to play, before ultimately choosing Argentina. Higuaín was called up by the Argentina Olympic squad for a friendly match against Guatemala in February 2008, and scored 2 goals on his debut as Argentina won 5-0. Though the match was not officially recognized by FIFA as an international match. 2010 FIFA World Cup. Higuaín was selected for Argentina by coach Diego Maradona for the last 2010 FIFA World Cup qualification games against Peru and Uruguay. He scored his first goal on his full debut, a 49th minute strike during a 2-1 win over Peru on the 10th of October 2009. Following Argentina's qualification, Higuaín was included in the squad for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. He scored a hat-trick in Argentina's 4-1 win over South Korea in their second group match, becoming the third Argentinian to score a hat-trick in the World Cup finals after Guillermo Stabile in 1930 and Gabriel Batistuta in 1994 and 1998, and the first player to score a hat-trick in the tournament since 2002. His goal in the 3-1 win over Mexico in the second round took him to a total of 4, sending him clear as the second top goal scorer in the competition. 2011 Copa America. Higuaín was a member of Sergio Batista's Argentine squad for the 2011 Copa America on home soil, making 1 substitute appearance and 1 start in the group as Carlos Tevez was preferred at centre-forward. Argentina advanced in second place behind Colombia. He started against Uruguay in the quarter-finals in Santa Fe, and equalized in the 17th minute by heading Lionel Messi's cross past goalkeeper Fernando Muslera. He later had another goal disallowed for offside. Higuaín scored in the penalty shootout after his shot had hit both posts, but Argentina lost the shootout 4-5. 2011-2014. On the 8th of October 2011, Higuaín scored a hat-trick and assisted 1 goal in a 4-1 win against Chile. On the 2nd of June 2012, he scored the second goal in their 2014 World Cup qualifying match and assisted 1 goal in Argentina's 4-0 victory over Ecuador. On the 7th of September 2012, Higuaín scored the second goal in their 2014 World Cup South American qualifier match, and assisted 1 goal in Argentina's 3-1 victory over Paraguay. Then, on the 11th of September, Higuaín scored the equalizer for Argentina in a 1-1 draw with Peru in Lima. On the 22nd of March 2013, Higuaín scored twice as Argentina beat Venezuela 3-0 to make him top scorer in the South American section of World Cup qualifying with 9 goals. He ended as the joint third top scorer in CONMEBOL, alongside Radamel Falcao and behind Messi and Luis Suarez. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?